Barak Yahuah. Thank you, Master, for another day, another opportunity, another day to give Yahuah and Yahuah alone the praise. I feel led to come on here today and speak what thus says Yahuah, what the Master has placed on my Ruach, Barak Yahuah. And we are in presidential times. We are in presidential times, Barak Yahuah. I have nothing I haven't, this ain't a study, this ain't a lesson, this is just a word that Yahuah has placed on my nefesh, Barak Yahuah. It's just a word that Yahuah has placed on my it pray that Yahuah give me the words to speak, and this is not of me, but this is all of him. Basham Yahusha. Basham Yahusha. We're living in presidential times, Barak Yahuah. And Yahuah gave me a word to speak, Basham Yahusha. So just wanted to say, we are living in exciting times and in presidential times, and we were born for such a time as this. Such a time as this. We were born for such a time as this. But Yahudah, Barak Yahuah, if you are calling yourself a Yahudim, if you are proclaiming to be a Yahudim in this season, if you have the Ruach of the of Al Yun dwelling in you, Barak Yahuah, then we are supposed to go get our little brother. We are supposed to go fight for our little brother, Barak Yahuah. We are supposed to be our brother's keeper. We are supposed to be our brother's keeper. See, Ephraim is in every nation scattered throughout the rest. In every nation scattered throughout the earth. He is the 10 northern kingdom lost tribes, Barak Yahuah, and we are supposed to fight for our little brother. We are our brother's keeper. He is still lost in these false religion, in these false churches, in this paganism, in this falsehood. He's still lost. He is still lost. And he holds the firstborn Barakah. He holds the firstborn Barakah. He holds the firstborn blessing. So if you are Yahudim in this season, you are supposed to fight for your little brother, who is Ephraim, who is still lost, the 10 lost tribes in the house of Yasharal, that are still scattered abroad across this plain flat earth, that are still worshiping in idolatry, and who are still in idolatry, and who are still worshiping the falsehood, who are still worshiping the falsehood. He holds the firstborn Barakah. And if you are calling yourself Yahudah in this season, you ought to fight for your little brother. You ought to fight for your little brother, because Yahudah fought for his brother. He is still caught up in the false idolatry worshiping church, still partaking in paganism, still partaking in the falsehood. He is still partaking in uncleanness. And we are to fight for our little brother. If you are calling yourself Yahudim in this season, if you are calling yourself Yahudim in this season, you are to fight for the northern kingdom, the 10 lost tribe, who is Ephraim, who holds the firstborn Barakah, who is the completion of the nation, irrespective of what tribe, irrespective of what tribe, or irrespective of what color. Color does not mean anything. Those who have the indwelling of the Ruach HaKodesh, who have the indwelling of the Spirit, those are the children of Elohim. Those are the children of Elohim. So those if you are calling yourself Yahudim in season, you ought to fight. You ought to fight for your little brother, Barak Yahuah. You ought to fight for your little brother. 1 second. Thank you. You ought to fight for your little brother, Barak Yahuah. If you are calling yourself Yahudim, you ought to fight for your little brother. If you are calling yourself Yahudim, you ought to fight for your little brother. Barak Yahuah, thank you. Thank you, Master. Barak Yahuah. Barak Yahuah. Is they hearing better? Barak Yahuah. But as Yahuah was speaking, if you are calling yourself Yahudim in this season, you ought to fight for your little brother, which is Ephraim, who is still caught up in the idolatry, who is still caught up in the churches, who are still caught up in pagan religion, who is still caught up in religion. He do not want us in religion. Be ye separate. Touch not the unclean thing, and he will receive you. Barak Yahuah. Touch not the unclean thing, and he will receive you. Ephraim is the little brother, the northern kingdom, the lost tribe of Yasharal. If you are calling yourself Yahudim in this season, if you are calling yourself Yahudim in this season, you are to be a light. You are to be a light. You are to be a fruit-bearing tree during the time of famine. Barak Yahuah. You are to be. You are to be a rock that produces water. You are to be a lamp, a light in a time of darkness. Barak Yahuah. As in the beginning, it said that Cain said, "Am I my brother's keeper?" And the answer was supposed to be yes. Yes, we are our brother's keeper. Ephraim is our little brother. And as Judah went and was with his went to get his little brother and told his father that he is going to go get him, Barak Yahuah, we in like manner, ain't nothing new under the sun. We in like manner are to be the big brother. If you are calling yourself Yahudim in this season, provided that you have his Ruach, provided that you got the spirit of Yahuah dwelling in you, and we have to work while it's still day, because night comes where no man can work. Night comes where no man can work. Barak Yahuah. Barak Yahuah. So the master gave me a word to speak. I don't have, this is not a lesson. This is just a word that he put on my nafash, and he is calling Yahudah to be the big brother in this season, where Ephraim is still scattered, still lost, still up under this false religion, still up under these false churches, still partaking in uncleanness, not making a distinction between the clean and the unclean. We are commanded to come back to Torah. Torah is our life. Torah is our life. Torah is our life. It is written that the Torah is a lamp to our feet and a light to our path. Barak Yahuah. So those who are obeying the Torah, those who are turning back to the Torah, those who are dropping their idols and throwing away their idols and throwing away their falsehood and throwing away their falsehood, Barak Yahuah, throwing down their idols. These are the ones who are turning from falsehood, who are turning and must be immersed in the name of Yahusha HaMashiach for the forgiveness of sin. Barak Yahuah. Barak Yahuah. The Torah is not done away with. The Torah is everlasting. It says it is everlasting. It is forever. It is forever. Barak Yahuah. So those who are obeying the word of the living Elohim, these are the children of Yahuah. These are the children of Yahuah. Barak Yahuah. Barak Yahuah. So this is not gonna be long. Barak Yahuah. This is short, and to the point. It's just what Yahuah has placed on my root. We must, we must. If you are calling yourself Yahudim in this season, irrespective of what color you are to fight for your little brother. Ephraim is still Ephraim is still lost. He is still in the churches. He is still operating in the falsehood. He is still operating in the falsehood. Did he not say the veil was from? The veil is torn. The veil was torn. It is torn. We have access to go behind the veil. Those who are called by his name, those who